And while serving as Georgia's governor in the early 70s, President Carter's civil rights fight pushed boundaries and opened doors, calling for the integration of the state's National Guard.
He took a firm stand against racial discrimination in an effort to diversify units. Carmen Brown sat down with two brothers who remember President Carter's mark on military affairs.
At 19 years old, James Pop Bivens set out to join the National Guard.
The armory was up on Anthony Road, which was a walking distance from where we live. So I walked up there by myself and told the sergeant that was at the desk, I said, I'd like to join the National Guard.
But he says they turned him away because the unit did not accept African American members at the time.
And the first thing he told me was that, well, I don't have any openings.
He went back home accepting rejection and told his older brother Bert, who served in the military. But Bert happened to see Carter's announcement, so the Bivens brothers made a trip back to the armory.
And I said, Governor Carter has said he wants the Georgia National Guard integrated. And you have a minority here who wants to join, and you didn't even tell him you had a waiting list.
The guy thought about it and said, well, I got one position left. All I got is a cook. And I said, I'll take it.
As a member of the 148th Battalion, James went to training at Fort Stewart. He eventually deployed to the Mojave Desert in the 90s. The Bivens say they are grateful for the former governor's push against segregation. Bert says racial tensions in the Peach State were high.
I was a little surprised because, you knowing the situation at the time, Georgia was deep into segregation.
But the governor from the small town challenged the status quo.
You got a guy from Georgia, Plains, a little bitty farm town, saying, I want the Georgia National Guard integrated. So that made me have a lot of respect for Jimmy Carter.
Though the Bivens brothers and Carter never crossed paths, they say he set a stage for changing their lives.
By the time I left, about half the unit was black. So it just grew, because more and more blacks started finding out about the National Guard.
James went on to serve 21 years as a cook in the National Guard. In Macon, Carmen Brown, 13 WMAZ News.
James Bivens also worked as a Macon-Bibb firefighter for 35 years. His brother Bert went on to become a Bibb County commissioner. Tonight, we're sharing more of your memories of President Carter. Major Trey Burgamy with the Washington County Sheriff's Office sent us this picture of him meeting President Carter in 2014.
Here's a picture of the Woods, Irving, and Patterson family with the Carters. They attended President Carter's Sunday school service at Maranatha Baptist Church in 2019. Sandra Henley says she took a train ride to Plains for her birthday last year. She says it's a beautiful town and one of her greatest memories of President Carter. Thanks so much for sending in your memories of President Carter, and continue to do it as we celebrate his life and his legacy. Text photos and stories to 478-752-1309.